Welcome to the Trading Sliders Podcast. Here we go, episode number 55 of the Trading Sliders Podcast. How's everybody doing out there? I'm Bobby Puckett. Here with me in studio is Kurt the Flash Bennett. What's going on, Flash?
Not much, Bobby. What are you up to today?
Oh, not much. Enjoying the weather.
Yeah.
It's a beautiful weekend to be at the racetrack.
As long as it stays nice all week, I'll be happy too.
Well, yeah, you got a little fishing
I'm on
trip.
vacation.
Yeah, you're on playcation.
Yeah.
Playcation.
Yeah,
It's a difference.
For a change.
Yeah. This week's guest, Trent Young, 3-time America Modified Series champion, 6-time U.M.P South Region champion, 231 career Modified A-Main wins after last night's victory at the Paducah International Speedway, or Raceway Speedway.
Yeah, I've never actually been there, so I don't know.
I've been there. Straightaways are from here to forever.
Oh, yeah.
It's a big place. 12 wins on the season, but this week's guest out of Crofton, Kentucky, Trent Young. When we get into the interview, it was a fun time down there. That was one thing about Trent, though. He lives in the hood. Well, he lives in Crofton, but his race shop is, as his words, not mine, in the hood of Hoptown.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, it was a good time down there.
Yeah.
That was one of those trips where Flash and I were supposed to go together.
Yeah, we were supposed to meet up, and traffic made sure I didn't make it.
Yeah. Sometimes things just don't work out.
Yeah, it still works out.
Yeah, it always works out.
Yeah.
We always seem, the traveling road show seems to make it happen.
Yeah, I was home before you that night, though.
Yeah, a lot before me.
Yep.
Yeah, a lot, like a whole lot before me. It's funny when we were meeting up. I told him what time, and I said, "Hold on a second. I'm talking your time, not my time." And
Yeah.
he knew. He already knew.
Yeah,
so,
that's good.
Yeah, okay. They deal with a lot of people that cross the time zone.
Yeah, down that area it gets a little tricky on exactly where you're at.
Yeah.
On time.
But Trent Young's late everywhere he goes. So when I messaged him when I was getting off the expressway, I said, "I'm still earlier than you are at any racetrack."
Yeah.
So, but all is well. This week's show being brought to you by Diesel Boys LLC. If you need any type diesel truck work, injectors, fuel pumps, anything whatsoever, and you're in the Kentuckiana area, especially in New Albany, reach out to Brandon Hooker and Diesel Boys at Diesel Boys LLC. Our deep dives being presented by Kentucky Clutch and Performance. If you need any type of automotive clutch work for your vehicle, we specialize in dual disc, triple disc, pulling trucks, anything that you need, reach out to Chris and the guys at Kentucky Clutch and Performance. Our crash of the week being brought to you by D.O. Handyman Remodeling. All right, ladies, check this out. The weather is nice out. It's about time for some Halloween parties. You're going to have a fall festival at your house. Reach out to David at D.O. Handyman Remodeling. He'll get everything spruced up that the husband put off all summer. He will come in, take care of it, get you taken care of. So reach out to David. And our racetrack spotlight being brought to you by JT's Trackside Catering. If you need any type of catering event done he'll do weddings, birthday parties, Halloween parties. This weekend, the Halloween 200. He's going to be up there. He's catering to like 3 or 4 race teams. Always looking to take on more work. So if you're going to be in the Salem area this weekend and you need food brought to you, reach out to JT's early. As this comes out on Monday, you better reach out to him no later than Tuesday. He will get you taken care of. So.
I've seen he's already booked up for the big race at Charlotte, too.
Yes.
He's got a bunch of stuff going on there.
Yeah,
so.
we got Longhorn Factory in the house.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah, I think he's feeding like some 200 people. It's a big deal. So
yeah.
If you need something, Charlotte, reach out, but it's probably going to be a little busy. So our racetrack spotlight being brought to you by JT's Trackside Catering. All right, Flash, got it all.
Yeah.
After last week's show, we have a bunch of new followers, a bunch of new listeners, and we hope some of them came back again this week. We're not naive enough to think that was us that got those listens.
Right.
We know it kind of had just a little bit to do with our guest, but if you chose to come back and hang out with us, thank you. And please tell somebody about us. Like, subscribe, share, all that good stuff. Yeah. We always kind of forget to mention that. And another thing, too, if you listened last week and you came back this week, all of our interviews, for our last 54 weeks are up. And I know the first part of the podcast where we go over results and stuff, you can skip through that and check out the interviews. Yeah. Because, why you want to listen to results from a year ago?
Yeah.
Unless you just want to go back and reminisce. But yes, you can skip through that and go back and check out our other interviews as well. So, big week. It was a big week.
It was our best week, so we're pretty happy about it.
Yeah. So, thank you. Oh, and something funny. So Bobby Pierce messaged me, and we were talking, and he goes, how much hate mail did you get? I said, not no more than normal. He said, next time I got a press release, I'm sending it to you.
Yeah.
He said, because I get hate mail every day. I said, well, I think we had the same 4 people bitching, so
Yeah.
we're good.
Probably the same guys.
Yeah, I think it's the same guy threw out a little bitch fit.
Yeah, many people listen. We only got a few. We're pretty happy with that.
Yeah, we'll take that.
He should be too.
Yeah, that's it. So, news of the week this week. Jimmy Owens.
Yeah.
Got him another series championship.
That was pretty cool. I seen that this morning.
That's pretty cool deal. Josh Rice kind of let the cat out of the bag.
Yeah. And went and dominated.
Yeah, he took a buddy's race car.
Yeah.
And went and did things that probably going to happen a lot next year.
Yeah.
Kyle Cummins completes the championship season with 4 races left to go. Previous guest, Kyle Cummins, had himself a weekend.
Yeah.
Grand reopening of the West Virginia Motor Speedway and a huge monster success.
Yeah.
I mean, you couldn't have a better successful event if you tried.
Right.
And we'll have some Carl Short rumors around that.
Yeah.
So I think there's going to be some news released this week.
It was pretty cool. The top 2 in that race too, I thought was pretty cool.
Yeah. That's pretty neat deal.
We'll talk about that too.
Yeah. And Flash heads to Brownstown for funfest, and I went to Lawrenceburg for the Fall Nationals, and we're gonna discuss that. And former guests have a huge weekend once again. This is a segment that we just gonna have to keep doing because they're gonna keep winning. And last but certainly not least, Boot Hill Raceway in Louisiana is a place that we need to go to.
Yeah, that's one of them that we're going to have on our list when we do the show. We're talking about the list we're going to be on.
Yeah, the we need to go list.
Yeah,
well, Boot Hill's got to be on there. It did not disappoint.
Yeah.
So we'll start off first with our past guest. I think I got everybody this week. I'm not 100% sure, but I think I got everybody. Kind of was doing this on the fly because had a long weekend.
Yeah.
But Jordan Weaver picked up the late model, the super late model feature at Brownstown. His first ever super late model feature win at Brownstown Friday night at Funfest.
And he beat Gilpin, so he must have been running pretty good.
Yeah, he had a pretty good night. He beat the 6-time track champion in the super late model division, and on his own turf.
Yeah.
Dylan Baldwin, Dilly won the Hoosier Huntley 305 portion of the Kokomo Clash. Absolutely just put it on the fence and went with it. So happy for that kid.
That's back-to-back too, ain't it?
Yeah, back.
He won last year.
Him and Kokomo got a love-hate relationship. It's been all love lately.
Did you see his post?
Yeah.
He said, man, I got to wait 364 more days to do this again. So apparently he really likes Kokomo.
Yeah. And who doesn't?
Yeah.
But yeah, Dilly got him a win there at Kokomo. Ben Harmon went down and got him a modified win at Ponderosa Speedway that reopened. And hats off to Ponderosa Speedway. Pretty good car count, especially for all the shenanigans, we'll say, they've had going on. I think they ended up with 21 or 22 mods and 22 crate lay models. So that was it was pretty good. Almost was able to throw in a past guest, Jeff Watson. He led every lap till like 5 to go and got into it with a lap car. And Jay Watt made a post. He just understands that's part of it.
He's been around long enough now that he knows that stuff's just going to happen.
And last Sunday night, the $1,500 to win modified race, Tyler Nicely took the win at Windy Hollow Speedway right there in his own backyard, stomping grounds. And this week's guest, Trent Young, took the $3,000 to win race at the Paducah International Raceway. And then Friday night, Kyle Cummins took the win at Lawrenceburg and basically clinched the USAC championship. And then Saturday, all he had to do was finish 11th or better. And he did that. Hats off to Kyle Cummins.
Podium, didn't he, Saturday night?
Yeah, ran third.
Yeah, I thought he did.
Yeah, Kyle Cummins took it's his 14th feature win of the year and his very first career USAC National Championship. Jerry Petty's, it's something they put together in like 2 years. And we were down there. It's a beautiful race shop. And, we're happy. Not only we're happy for Kyle, but I'm also happy for Cameron LaRose.
Yeah.
The kid works his ass off. And a lot of people will look at what they got and say, he's got every tool in the world. They should be successful. But Cameron and Drake have to put that together.
Yeah.
I mean, they work countless hours, so I'm happy for the whole 3P operation.
Yeah.
So,
it's pretty awesome.
That was, our past guests. They had a good week.
Yeah, I think these next 4 races or whatever those are going to be really good with Kyle Cummins though, because I think he's going to be he's going to be hammering now.
Yeah, he's Western world. You're in for a treat.
Yeah,
if you guys want to know what
that's Petty's place anyway.
Yes.
Yeah, so he'll be
if you guys
trying to make a showing out there for sure.
If you guys want to see what Indiana sprint car racing is about, you're about to see it.
Yeah,
you are, because he won't be points racing.
Yeah,
and Kyle Cummins not points racing. Just ask the people at Hopstop what's that's like.
Yeah,
it's either go or go home, and he usually goes.
Yep.
Little news tidbit of the week. Josh Rice kind of let the cat out of the bag. He showed up in Justin Ratliff's car, which for people who don't know, James Ratliff Racing, that's where Dalton Wilson is, until this weekend. And then after this weekend, Dalton Wilson I think he even kind of half-assed announced it.
Yeah. Was it Justin's car or was it Jason's? I thought he was in Jason's car.
No, I'm pretty sure he was in Justin's car.
Okay. It looked like a white car in the picture. I didn't know.
Yeah, no, they changed the number on it, but it was he was in Justin's.
Gotcha. Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
We had inside information they was going to change the wrap on that.
Yeah.
Now I remember.
Yeah, he was in. Yeah. Come on, Flash.
Yeah.
Would you forget last week?
Yeah, I know. Yeah, kind of.
Yeah, but
I'm old, man.
Yeah, well, that's what Ethan Barlow said.
Yeah.
Where's the old guy? But yes, so he got in Justin Ratliff's car, and they went to iron out some things for next year. And let's just say they went to Atomic and kicked their ass.
Yeah.
So the worst kept secret in all of motorsports, especially in Central Kentucky, is Josh Rice to which was the 18 car, but it's going to be the 11 car, to James Ratliff Racing. Looks like Dalton Wilson, well, I'll just go ahead and say it. Because I think I've seen this posted twice, but I don't know who I seen it, but I've heard it from a very reliable source.
Yeah.
And then I've seen where it's out there, but it looks like Dalton Wilson's going to be in the Wells car next year.
Oh, yeah.
So he's going to mess around with the Infinity House car stuff. So
that's pretty cool.
But yeah, so everybody, all is well.
Yeah.
And maybe, just maybe, James Rice will have some more equipment to run around the family house.
Yeah.
So, but yeah. Jimmy Owens, Flash. The O Show picks up another Touring Series championship and a cool $50,000 for the Hunt to Front championship.
Yeah.
There for a while, Jimmy Owens was the most dominant race car driver, late model driver, actually modified and late model driver in the country for a good 15 years.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, there was a 15-year span where if the 20 unloaded his car, everybody else was racing for second. Kind of like, Bobby Pierce, Jonathan Davenport at the big tracks. Yep. But Jimmy Owens was doing this everywhere.
Yeah.
I mean, he was, he was the man to beat. For the last few years, everybody said, well, Jimmy's old, he's washed up. The Hunt to Front Series had a stout field of guys traveling.
Yeah, every single race they did.
Yeah, they had a stout field, and, Owens took the championship. So, one more for the old guys.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're...
One thing about that series, they run some really cool racetracks, too.
Different disciplines, for sure.
Exactly.
Big hammer down tracks, sandy tracks, red clay. They kind of do it all in the Hunt to Front Series.
Yeah.
So, for all the old guys, we know Bobby Pierce is about ready to seal up the World of Outlaw Championship. Not owed. Devin Murray and Ricky Thornton Jr. are going to race it out this weekend. Not owed. We're going to go a little bit of regional racing.
Yep.
Which I know the Hunt to Front Series claimed they're a national series, but it's a regional deal.
Yeah.
How many Hunt to Front races did you see in Wisconsin this year? No.
Yeah, I know.
How many did you see in Indiana?
Yep.
No. So it's a regional deal. But
how cool is it that Jimmy Owens and
Billy Moyer
win championships this year?
So that's a pretty neat deal.
Yeah.
Did you was you able to catch a little bit of flow when you got home last night from Brownstown? Did you see the West Virginia Motor Speedway crowd?
It looked like it was pretty good from what I could tell.
Yes.
I didn't actually catch it last night. I actually went back and reviewed some of it today.
Yeah, the crowd was somebody said it was bigger than the last Dirt Track World Championship crowd they had there.
Yeah, that's good.
I mean, there was people sitting on the hillside. They got more bleachers in the backstretch, which is great. But check this out, Flash. 232 race cars in 4 damn divisions.
That's pretty awesome there.
Where's this? Is this Iowa?
Yeah.
I mean, what
that's
the
what I
hell?
said. That's Virginia. I was like, what?
Yeah, West Virginia. That's okay. 70 super late models.
Yeah.
70.
Yeah, that's like old Brownstown days.
Yeah, like not 17, because I know people don't understand what I say a lot of times.
Yeah.
70 super late models. 70.
Yeah.
Nuts. Carl Short was in attendance. Little inside baseball. Eldora just posted next year's big events. Tickets available. Guess what tickets were not available for next year's big events?
The
Dirt Track World Championship. So I'm pretty sure the Dirt Track World Championship is going back to its home state of West Virginia at the West Virginia Motor Speedway.
That would be pretty cool, really.
I think that's one of those another worst kept secrets. I think it will be all announced next week when they get to Eldora or at the end of Eldora and all that stuff. So good way of kind of just putting enough of the story out there where people are ready for it and then holding it. So, but Tyler Carpenter took the win And who did he take the win over, Flash?
His old man, Fast Freddy.
Fast Freddy. Yeah,
that's pretty cool.
The father and son got to do a little racing.
And they said, I didn't get to watch it all, but they said Fast Freddy was rolling at the end, though.
Well, Freddie was kind of starting to do the old Vernon line.
Yeah.
Take her in high and turn her down low.
Drive down.
And Tyler Carpenter was just bouncing through everything.
Yeah.
First off, hats off to the track crew.
Yeah.
Because they hauled this dirt in, built this track in 7 months, put a wall up, put new bleachers up, put lights up, and the racetrack stayed together for the most part. Had a little bit of character, but not nothing that was...
Yeah.
And they've only had one practice on it.
What, 42 cars?
Yeah, 232 cars.
232 cars, so that's doing something when you keep it together, that many cars.
Yeah, that was just crazy.
Yeah.
And if you got Flow, go back and watch it. Actually, if you got Flow or Dirt Vision, there's a ton of good stuff on this weekend. Go back and check out the weekend. Hats off to West Virginia Motor Speedway. We'll get into the World of Outlaw late models Friday and Saturday. Friday night, I was able to catch this on home. Friday night was one of those nights Flash I had all the TVs up, had the tablet going, watching anything and everything and anything. Everything was kind of working out where when one feature was off, the next one was on.
Yeah.
So, I didn't have to flip through the channels or nothing, but it was pretty nice. You could actually concentrate on what you was wanting to watch. And head wasn't spinning around a swivel. But the Boot Hill Raceway, 41 super late models. Friday night, T-Mac took the win over BP 32, last week's guest, and Cody Overton. Did you catch Friday night's race at Boot Hill?
I didn't get to watch it at all.
Okay, so Bobby Pierce is leading. Pierce led first. It's a 30-lap race, so Pierce led the first 15, 20 laps. And Pierce is kind of opening his entry up and like driving the corner straight. And T-Mac got a hell of a run on him and popped him in the ass. And Pierce went in a complete slide, almost like the Don O'Neill save at East Bay. But guess what McCready did?
Backed off and let him go.
Backed off.
Yeah, I knew that with McCready.
Yeah, backed off, let him go, let him straighten the car up. Yeah. Actually almost lost his position.
Yeah.
And Bobby gassed it up down the backstretch, and they went back to racing again. McCready was just faster. Yeah. Got around him, got a win. I think it's his 6th or 7th win of the year.
Yeah, that's pretty good.
For a guy last year that was people are saying he's done and was looking for a ride.
Yeah.
6 national tour wins this year with the World of LA model. So that first off, hats off to Tim McCready. Second off, Tim McCready did what you're supposed to do.
Yeah.
For you young kids watching, you get into somebody, you don't have to get into them and then just gas it up.
Right.
Now, there's times where you have to, because if not, you're going to tear your stuff up. But there was a restart after that, though, and I don't know if Bobby Pierce spun the tires on the restart or just didn't get a good run, but McCready did kind of lift his tires up after they already started. And when he set him down, Pierce just lost about 15 mile an hour.
Right.
And then McCready slid him into the corner. McCready even said afterwards, I don't really know what happened on that restart, but I tried to make sure it was as clean as possible.
Yeah.
And, sometimes once you get beside them, you just got to go.
Yeah.
And what I liked about the race, Bobby Pierce said afterwards, it just wasn't good enough to win. That's, he got into me, but he caught me.
Yeah.
And got into me. That's just part of it.
Yeah.
It's
kind of, I don't know. I know we don't do a lot of asphalt stuff, but did you see the race that, I don't remember where they was at, the guys with the modifieds last night.
Oh, Tri-County?
Yeah, Tri-County.
It's a place we've been to.
Yeah.
Tri-County, North Carolina.
Yeah, that's the one where they...
Yeah. When Burt Myers...
Yeah, which Burt actually had a little good, legitimate gripe on that one, because he ran outside for 5 laps out there, just,
And old boy sports drone him.
And I'm going to get you in the right front wheel. Yeah. And then he admitted he did it. So, that's just one of them kids. They need to learn how to race a little better, I think. It's kind of sad.
Well, but here's the thing, though.
But like I said, I'm old, and I'm not,
Yeah. But we have been to Tri-County.
Yeah.
I can see where you can squeeze a guy real quick.
Oh, yeah.
Because coming off turn 4, that thing, it's almost got a D, but it don't.
Yeah.
The wall's got a D, but the racetrack don't.
Yeah.
So I can see where you could...
Yeah, you could screw somebody
It's
kind of like the old Louisville Speedway coming off 4 down there, or whatever turn that was.
Yeah, come off turn 19. Newsflash. Flash and I went to that race, and they charged $5 general admission.
Yeah, that was pretty cool.
And they had that was the biggest pavement late model field I've seen in a long time.
Oh, yeah.
That night we were there.
Well, that's the first place I've seen where you actually rent, they actually give you your tires when you show up there. Yeah. So that was pretty cool.
Maybe, just maybe, we said something to somebody in this area about doing that.
Yeah.
And maybe, just maybe, they keep the tires at the racetrack.
Yeah.
I don't know.
It's pretty cool.
So Saturday night, the $50,000 to win 70 lap A main. And if you were at the racetrack like we were, and you just looked on my race pass, it shows Ryan Gustin wins and Bobby Pierce started 8th and ran 2nd. You're thinking, well, Gustin won on the pole. Race sucked. Absolutely not the case. The speed decals slaughter of the week goes to the Reaper, Ryan Gustin. Bobby Pierce started 8th. And one thing I noticed when I watched this race was Pierce wasn't using his equipment. He was riding. It was almost kind of like his dad was driving the car. Yeah. And then the last 20 laps, he's like, all right, time to go, boys. Yep. And he went. And when he went, he slid Gustin, and Gustin slid him. The last 10 laps of the race was,
it's awesome.
Now, if you don't want to watch a long race and you want to watch 10 laps of greatness, go to YouTube. Type in World of Outlaw. Well, don't type all this in because it would be a mile. But World of Outlaw Late Model Series presented by Real American Beer, Boot Hill Raceway in Louisiana. I mean, you might run out of characters. But, go check it out. They put the highlights up on YouTube. And the last 10 laps was just absolutely great. Pierce slid Gustin on the white flag lap, and I said, Pierce has got this set up perfect because they've done it for 3 laps, and Gustin turned underneath him. Yeah. And Pierce was going to have the final say-so. But when Pierce slid him and Gustin turned under him, Pierce turned the car left and bounced off the wall of the right rear, and it scrubbed just enough momentum where he couldn't really slide him. He either had to door him or let it be. He chose to let it be. And the Reaper, Ryan Gustin, this week's Slider of the Week, Marshalltown, Iowa, one of the best modified drivers in the last 15 years on a national scale. He, it took him, it was a little slow rolling in the late model, but he's starting to figure it out. And what I like, did you see his interview last night?
No, I didn't see that.
He said, I've been struggling. We've had a good year, but I've been struggling. And man, when you run bad on the road, and I mean, you just beat yourself up mentally. Yeah. He said, and $50,000 helps that.
Yeah, that helps a lot.
Yeah, that helps that. So, all right. Now we're going to move on to Flash's trip to Brownstown. Flash made his trip to Brownstown for Saturday night of FunFest. 36 Midwest Sprint Cars, Flash. Yeah. Tell us about, was FunFest fun?
Yeah, it was actually a good show last night, really. I mean, I thought it was going to be a regular FunFest track, but it turned out to be pretty good. Usually it's so black slick and everything, but Jim Price did a good job keeping the track up. And they had a little help because, like I said, they started a little later. It wasn't sun beating down out the whole time before they started racing, which helped a lot.
Well, the one thing that there's been a big hoopla about the format change. Yeah. Car count was good, but it wasn't great. Yeah. But the car count's been great at Brownstown all year. I've got a couple takes on this before we talk about the racing. Yeah. One thing, I think the format's better because I'm a race fan. Oh, yeah. I'm not a party fan. I'm a race fan. Right. And the drivers get paid twice. Yeah. You race on Friday, you get a check, and you race on Saturday.
You don't just race on Friday for heat races and then have to wait all the way till Saturday to run the
run the money race.
So I like that really good.
I know there were some complaints about the camping and stuff, but guys, listen.
Well, they did a nice job the way they did the pits up there too, because you come in like where the arch is. And all that on that left side coming up through there was used to be a lot of camping there, but they had to make that the pit area, and that was due to insurance reasons. A lot of people don't understand that.
Well, but the thing about that is, for us that went to racing in the 90s, that was always the pits.
Yeah, because there was that many cars.
Yeah, that's where the pits was. I pitted on the outside drive road at the time, but I'd always get to Brownstown just late enough I didn't have to pit in the mud.
As soon as I walked in last night, they were playing the national anthem, so I got there just in time.
Yeah, that's
perfect timing.
That's perfect timing. 36 sprint cars. Jordan Kinsler took the win, started 6th, and took the win over Harley Burns and Jaden Rogers.
And that was a race there.
Was it?
Yeah, it was. The track got, I cannot remember who was leading the first 4 or 5, or probably about 6 laps. And then Jordan Rogers got up on top and just started ripping the top, and he run him down. And they ran side by side probably for 5 or 6 laps before Jordan finally got out front. And then Jordan ran out there the whole time till probably 6 to go. And then Kinsler just started huggy pole down on the bottom, and he reeled him in, finally got ahead of him. And then when he got by him, I think Jordan kind of got a little antsy, and he was hazing the tires, Yeah. He was already hot anyway, so he was hazing the tires. And then Jordan won the race, and coming to the line, Haley Burns beat him by about a half car length to the line.
Yeah,
But it was actually a great race.
Non-lane sprint cars at Brownstown are always usually good. I mean, actually,
heat races were good. There was 2 really good heat races.
Yeah, actually, I'll be honest with you. I think the non-lane sprint cars are better at Brownstown than the late models. There's some tracks where late models are better, but I know Brownstown's always been a late model track. But especially if you put some more water on it, the sprint cars will take care of the track.
Right. Yeah.
So that's I'm a non-lane sprint car races at Brownstown early in the year. The March race that got rained out this year. Last year's March race was incredible. I'm glad FunFest had a pretty good turnout. How was the crowd? Was the crowd decent?
It was.
It was okay.
Yeah, it was okay. For as nice as the weather was, I was expecting more people to be there.
Yeah,
and more cars. Really, I mean, I guess a lot of people are just burnt out. And like on Friday night, you got a lot of people football games and stuff now, this time of year. So,
well, I think all the people Saturday night in Indiana was in Lawrenceburg.
Yeah,
I think every person in the state of Indiana was in Lawrenceburg.
Yeah, I got there though, and kind of going to mention this a little bit because it's something we're doing in a couple of weeks. JT was supposed to be handing out flyers for the race at Thunder Valley. Well, he got tied up working on the car, so I volunteered to go walk around the pits and hand out flyers to every single pure stock, or not pure stock, but Crown Vic and Hornet driver.
So you handed out like 75 flyers.
So I did get that done. Yeah. So
Flash
it's pretty cool talking to all them people because it seems like there's going to be a lot of people show up for that race up there, so it's going to be good.
My elbow. Tennis elbow. Yeah, you're waving the flags.
You might want to start working out on that now.
Yeah, slinging the stick. Well,
if people don't know this, Bobby's going to be the flagman for the first time ever. So
well, no, first time at a racetrack.
Well, first time at the racetrack.
First time at the racetrack.
I know you do it at the racetrack behind the house.
I flag every week here at Brook Speedway. I'm too old to drive the damn go-karts anymore. I'm too fat and old. It hurts too much.
Yeah.
Overall, good trip to Brownstown.
Oh yeah, it was really good. Yeah. All the other racing was really good too. They had one nasty crash though with the Fords. They had a couple of them got spun around there coming out of 4, and one guy got hit in the passenger door and then flipped up on the side. And I don't know the guy that hit him. I guess he was still on throttle and just drove all the way up on top of it.
Monster truck.
But they flipped that Ford back over and he drove it back in the pits. So
that's funny.
Didn't hurt it too bad.
Well, good thing.
Nobody got hurt and all that. So
that's a good deal.
Yeah, it was a good night up here really.
So Saturday, I made the trip to Lawrenceburg Speedway in Lawrenceburg, Indiana. Went and spent the day on the river. Actually, my Saturday was busy.
Yeah.
Spent the day on the river. Went and ate at the River Lodge Chicken something. I don't even know the name of it. Ate at a place on the barge. It was really nice. It was our final night of the year, but our waitress was a huge racing fan.
Oh yeah.
So we walk in. She says, "You like Nick Hoffman?" I'm thinking, no, I just wear this shirt because I have nothing else to wear. Yes, I like Nick Hoffman too. And so instead of taking our order, she told us every racetrack she's ever been to, where they camped out, how everybody gets hurt at the racetrack, and then took our order. But it was a good time. Tanya's both of her brothers and their fiancés made the trip with us.
Yeah, that's cool.
So they both made the trip up there. So we kind of had the kids with us again.
Yeah. And
first time Michael, our other brother. First time he's been to the racetrack with us in probably 10 years.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, and his woman's never seen sprint cars.
Oh, yeah.
So they were...
Something new, huh?
They were excited, yeah. But so we got up there, was able to do some stuff for the podcast, was able to stumble on to a few guests, so that's a positive. Yep. Got some pretty cool stuff coming up with that. But Friday night, I don't know if you watched this, but the D.O. Handyman and Remodeling Crash of the Week, Owen Barr out of just north of Cincinnati, went for a big time ride in heat race number 2. He gassed it up on the outside, and the car biked up, right front, nosed in, flipped about 4 times, and then when it hit on the right front, it buckled both down bars. Yeah. They were pointing towards the sky. I mean, this car...
I'd rather see them guys roll sideways and end over end like that, because those end over end ones are nasty.
Well, the guy sitting behind me last night at the racetrack told me, he said, yeah, that guy's not going to be back today. They had to take the sawzall and cut the front clip off, get the car in the trailer, because it was buckled up so much it wouldn't even go in the door. Man. That's how high it was buckled up with the axles folded under.
Yeah.
But yeah, so, thankfully Owen Barr is okay.
Yeah, that's a good thing.
That's a place that is big, fast, and scary. But Brian Herbert, the announcer, had the line of the night when Owen Barr went for a flip. He said that DRC went to a Schwinn real quick.
Yeah.
So he got up on for people who don't understand this, it was a DRC chassis. Yeah. So the DRC sprint car biked up, which is a Schwinn,
Yeah.
and then started the tumble.
Right.
Absolute great line. I know Owen Barr probably don't think it's great.
Yeah.
But it was one of those things that made me chuckle.
Yeah.
Not that I was laughing at the wreck, but chuckled about the way he described it.
Yeah.
But so Saturday night, poor Justin Grant had he's got a $40,000 Hoosier flash.
Yeah.
So the race paid $20,000 to win. There was 18 sprint cars, and that's it.
Yeah.
That was 18 sprint cars. And as the Drake York said in the opening statement, got to talk to Drake a little bit too. He was up there talk about his trip. But as Drake York said in the opening statement, we got 18 cars, and it's 18 of the bravest drivers in America at one of the baddest racetracks on the planet.
Oh, yeah.
And I agree with him on that because it takes some stones to run this place in a non-wing sprint car. Especially when it's cool and juiced up.
Oh, yeah.
Guess what it was Saturday?
It was cool and juiced up.
It was cool and juiced up. So Justin Grant started 6th, took the lead, threw a big slider on CV. Race was pretty good the first 12, 15 laps. Then Grant had a tire come apart. CV took the lead on the restart. And the Hoosier trifecta, if you win 3 races or 3 on the podium, it pays $20,000 or $10,000 or $5,000 for a bonus for whoever it was. The only 2 people that were available for the bonus was Justin Grant won. He got a $20,000 bonus.
Yeah.
If Logan Seavey won, he got a $10,000 bonus. So Seavey took the win over Mitchell Mose and Kyle Cummins, so it paid $30,000 to win. But right after that, like 3 guys had a flat. So like the last 5 laps, you seen just not that the racing wasn't racing, but the guys were just like, okay, some people's gonna get hurt, and then we're just gonna ride this one out.
Yeah.
But overall, it was good. It was a good night. Got done early. Went to the casino and should just went on home. Got home earlier.
Yeah.
Probably should have done that. But one thing I want to say about Lawrenceburg, and it kind of pains me to say it because it's one of the nicest racetracks in the country. Absolutely love watching sprint cars, late models, and modifieds rip around this racetrack. I mean, I just love it because the track, with the banking, with the dirt, with the clay, it's always going to have a little character, and it's always going to be really fast. But I think that's the reason why USAC will draw 40 cars anywhere else in the state and 20 cars there. So they had 22 the night before.
Right.
And then they got 4 cars needing clips. So when something happens there, it tears up some stuff.
Yeah, it's usually not good.
So I don't know what the answer is. I know they've cut some banking out to try to slow it down, but non-wing sprint cars were running 13-second laps last night.
Yeah.
So that's not.
Yeah.
That wasn't the answer.
Right.
And sprint cars are made to go fast. The tracks are made to be juiced up. They're dangerous. That's the aspect. That's part of it. But I don't know. I think it might be time that Lawrenceburg reevaluates and maybe bring the quarter mile back.
Yeah.
Because the way the track's, the design of it, and the way the walls are, you can't cut out enough banking. Like, you could cut enough banking out of it and make it almost like Twin Cities was, but the walls would be, way above you. So I don't know how you could do that. So I don't know what the answer is, but, because the racetrack facility is way too nice. Like Friday, I think they had 10 Hornets, 1 sprint cars. And then, last night's race paid $20,000 to win, and we had 18 sprint cars, which wasn't complaining. It was a good show.
Yeah.
Like, the show was good. But I think the racetrack deserves better, deserves more. Didn't hurt the crowd none. I didn't really hear none of the crowd, complaining. I mean, the place was packed. I mean, packed to the rafters. And Lawrenceburg holds a lot of people.
Yeah, it holds a lot of people.
Yeah, and it was packed. So I really don't know what the answer is. You've raced on the new configuration.
Yeah.
So what do you think the answer is?
Well, I was in a pure stock, so I wasn't going as fast as those guys. It's pretty fast, though. I mean, I've seen pure stocks wreck up there, and when they wreck, there's nothing left of them either.
Yeah.
So I think, I know you got 10 guys up there that love it the way it is because they're fast there, but I think to get more people there, or more race cars there, maybe not people, but they're going to have to do something a little different. I'm not sure what they can do.
Well,
I'm like you, the way the track is, I don't know how you would go about it, without a major renovation. Somehow.
I mean, they spent $20 million when they did it last time.
Right.
So I don't know. It's one of those things I'm torn about because those 3-story sliders are badass.
Oh, yeah.
Watching sprint cars rip the top of that, and late models. That time I was there when Josh Rice was just him and Jamison ripped the wall. It's incredible to watch. But it's one of those places like Bulls Gap. but Bull's Gap slicks off just enough. Like, Lawrenceburg, it's different dirt. It's a different beast. It don't slick off enough to slow you down.
No.
I mean, and it gets fluffy, and they have to roll the cushion in. So
it doesn't slick off where you slow down. It slicks off enough where it's just more crazy.
Yeah. Hayden Reinbold said after his heat race win last night, they interview all the heat race winners. He said this place is like Eldora, but really sketchy.
Yeah.
Really, really sketchy. He said, at least Eldora, you got a second to think, all right, what am I going to do when I get to the turn?
Yeah.
He said, here, you get to the turn so fast, you're biking up, you're on two wheels, you're hitting a hole, you're pulling a wheelie.
Yeah.
And by the time you get it straightened out, you're in the next turn, doing the damn thing again.
Yep.
So it's one of those places that when you go, it's unbelievable.
Yeah.
But I think that's with the cost of racing now, that it's just, it's unfortunate, but I think something needs to be done. And I hate it for the guys that has Lawrenceburg, because they try everything.
Yeah.
I mean,
Well, I was at Brownstown last night. We had 36 cars up there, and some guys sitting there said, "Man, why are they get so many? Why is there so many cars here?" And these guys didn't go up there to race at Lawrenceburg. I said, because a lot of these guys that race in here have one car, maybe a backup frame. I said, those guys usually have two or three cars. I said, if they tear one up, I said, because you tear one up at Lawrenceburg, you're done.
They're for the year. I mean,
and a lot of these local, I'd say more local sprint car drivers. They're not really that local, but I mean, they just want to.
The regional racers. Yeah, the regional racers. Yeah.
And there's probably 5 of them that was there last night that actually had a legitimate shot at running in the top 5 with those guys. So, I mean, I think a lot of it comes down to racers being smart.
Yeah, well, you almost have to anymore. Really.
Yeah.
And the Midwest Thunder 410 Sprint Car Series is doing a hell of a job.
Yeah.
I mean, they're doing a hell of a job promoting the races.
Yep.
The to win event, I think their base pay to win is not the greatest.
Right.
But they're to make the race. The guys that make the feature make damn good money.
Yeah.
And
that keeps a lot of your lower budget teams racing.
Yeah. So
that's good. It's a good deal.
But yeah, so I don't know. I don't know what the answer is for Lawrenceburg, but
I like both of the divisions. Or both series. Yeah. But it's just the way. It's just different money brackets.
Yeah,
is what it comes down to.
Yeah, that's what it comes down to.
Yeah.
But yeah, so I don't know what the answer is for Lawrenceburg. But
it's almost like we got 2 separate, non-wing cars now.
Yeah. Yeah. But the thing is, though,
like Saban Babito up there the other night, he won the heat race.
Yeah,
and
he ran good. He's local. Yeah. He's local to the core.
Right.
But here's the thing, though. When they get on the bull rings, those guys, they compete.
Oh yeah.
I mean, they're not outclassed as much as the equipment is not that much better.
Right.
Versus they have more equipment.
Right.
And these guys don't have.
That's what I'm saying. They don't have more. If they tear up, they can't be there tomorrow night. Then the other guys can.
Yeah, the other guys like Justin Grant popped a motor Friday night.
Yeah.
And was buried to win $40,000 the next night.
Yep.
A lot of guys pop a motor on night 1, they're done.
Yeah.
So that's what went on this weekend. We're gonna get off here and check out our interview with Crofton, Kentucky's Trent Young. It's time for the Trading Sliders Deep Dives presented by Kentucky Clutch and Performance. Here we go, ladies and gentlemen, on this week's Trading Slider Deep Dive. 3-time American Modified Series champion, 6-time U.M.P. South Region champion, 3rd in U.M.P. National Points. Pretty much we can just say certified badass, but I don't know if you will say that, but I'll say that. The man out of Crofton, Kentucky, Trent Young, how you doing?
I'm doing good.
First off, we appreciate you coming on, because we've been talking about doing this for a little bit, but you're not real close to Louisville, so you're down here in the sticks, and what I really like is when I pull in girlfriend, right? Not wife, girlfriend. She says, "You're in the hood." I said, "Hey, I'm good." That's what I'm used to, so I'm good. So we're here in the hood of Hopkinsville, Kentucky, old Hoptown. First off, we were kind of talking off air. You started racing in the 90s? You're not that old, are you?
Guess how old I am.
I'm going to say 37.
You're close. I'm 40 this
40?
year.
Okay. I was going to say, I know you're younger than me, that's for sure. But when you said started in the 90s, I was like, no, in the 90s.
I think my first ever race was at Nebo. It's about 45 minutes from here.
Yep. you started in a hobby stock, street stock, and when you started, you said you did everything you could to win except cheat, and you still couldn't win, huh?
Yeah. Of course, I was 16. And there was some guys in the class that had been in it for years, but they had, they knew what it was going to take to win in that class. We built the engine by the rules and the car by the rules, and
why would you do that? Wait, hold on a second. I thought everybody in Western Kentucky knew all the gray area, and here you are going building by the rules. I mean, you're second generation. Did your dad want you to struggle, or was he just like, oh, we're going to try it like this first?
I think he did want me to struggle.
He wanted you to figure it out, huh?
Yeah, I did, which I was a kid, so he helped me a lot with the car, but overall, he was like, if I'm going to work on it, I'm going to race it, so you're going to learn how to do it.
Well, that's the best way to do it. I mean, well, now kids just show up. Yeah, their dad paid somebody to work on it. So as we're sitting here in the shop, as you're working on stuff, as I pull in, I'm the kind of guy that knows he's got, well, it's only 2 days now. It was going to be a 3-day weekend. Yeah. So I'm the kind of guy that knows you got 2-day weekend, and I say, hey, why don't we just do it tonight? It's not like you got anything to do. I mean, you got tomorrow off now. So, but I appreciate it. But you talk about when you started racing to where it's at now. You've had a bunch of success over the years, but when you started, how much different is it now? Because the kids now don't even have a clue what it was like back then.
No, I don't even know how to compare it, honestly. The cars have come so far. It's so different. The driving style is so different. Just the money that it takes to do it. One thing I feel like in my area, when I started, there was a lot of really good guys around here. And so that just, you're only going to be as good as your competition. Yeah. And so I got to follow a lot of really good drivers.
You got to learn a lot.
I got to learn a lot. I was just fortunate that I guess I was blessed with the ability to drive a race car. From the beginning, I've always been fairly competitive. And so it was nice having those people to grow up as mentors. There was a lot of them around here that.
How many times did you run behind Randall Sweeney and say, just give me a break, just a little bit of a break?
I couldn't even count. It was many years before I actually beat him in a race. And,
you're like, hey, Lumberjack, yeah. Can you take a weekend off?
And I miss that excitement almost, though, of just a regular Saturday night, and beating Randall Sweeney was like winning at Eldora for me. Yeah, you won
the World 100 that weekend, especially if you beat Randall Sweeney over here. I say over here because I'm from the Louisville area, so in Western Kentucky. But everybody knows how good Randall Sweeney was around here. I don't think anybody really knows. Like, Tri-State was his expertise. Yeah. Like, Tri-State would get a big curve, and Lumberjack, he didn't care. It was balls to the wall.
Yeah. He would run on top of it, over top of it.
Yeah, he did the Corey Kruseman 4 above the fluff.
Yeah.
That's and I've said this before, and I'll let you comment on this a little bit, but Western Kentucky doesn't have the modified tracks and series like they always have. But the competition in Western Kentucky, there's 5 or 6 of you guys that will go against anybody in the country and do every weekend. How does that even happen? Because we don't even have local racing around here no more. So you guys are going to go to Illinois and Tennessee and West Virginia and beat up on everybody.
Yeah, it's kind of weird. Like I said, our area doesn't, I wouldn't say really gets the recognition for how strong it is. But, if you look, last year's national champion, I think, was Tyler. Yeah. And then this year's Cole.
Yeah, 2 blocks apart.
Yeah.
And then you got you and Josh Harris. Yeah. Clayton Miller. I mean, everybody all right here in this area. And for you guys not there, you didn't have a place to race, really. I mean, I know Mini Hollow's doing better this year. They've put on some special events, but it's not like everybody say, hey, let's go here Saturday and, may the best man win. You guys all got to kind of spread out. And
yeah, that's part of the problem with our area. There's I don't know, let's just say 5 really good cars, but there's only like 10 total cars, for our area. So it's hard for the local tracks to support a modified class. They finally figured out that they've started having mod specials once a month or something to try to give us somewhere to race. And I've tried to go to most every one of them locally to support them instead of being on the road so much, because we're in a weird spot, but we're 3.5 to 5 hours from almost every track.
That's what I had somebody ask me one time and said, well, I mean, they're in Kentucky, like how come they don't go around Brownstown that much? I said, where they're at, it's 3 hours, 4 hours to Brownstown. No, you're right there in Kentucky. I'm like, no, Louisville is an hour from Brownstown. I mean, you're closer to Peevely than you are Brownstown from here. So, a lot of people don't understand that. And you guys got to do so much of your racing on the road, which is kind of a double-edged sword because you go to Illinois where the best modified drivers in the country are. You either learn or you decide to do something else. Yeah. And you're one of those guys that we say racers race. On this podcast all the time, and you're a guy that I remember earlier this year you ran Fairbury on a Saturday and trucked it all the way to Eldora on a Sunday, so you're not scared to put some windshield time in, are you?
Well, that was just a regular drive. If really anymore. I mean, like I said, I think we're 5.5 to Fairbury, and I've been there 5 or 6 times this year. I love racing Fairbury.
Yeah, I mean, first off, tell people about that black dirt, because a lot of people think that's always got grip, and that's not the case.
It's not the case.
It looks like that because it's always got a cushion, something that other tracks need to learn. But tell us about racing on the black dirt, because you grew up in sand. It's not like you had, if you went down to, Clarksville, you had some red clay, but everything around here was just, it was just sand basically. So,
yeah, it took me several years of going to, which the first place we ever went with black dirt when I started getting out and traveling was Granite City. Yep. We started going to Mod Mania every year for several years, but that was the hardest black dirt to get a hold of I've ever seen.
Well, that's because that was really fast black dirt. Yeah. The straightaways are so big. Like now when you look at Tri-City, you're like, man, this place is fast. But the old Tri-City was a lot bigger than this.
I never ran on the half miles, but like I said, the black dirt from somebody that grew up around here, it's a big change because the color of it doesn't change that much through the night, but the grip changes extremely through the night.
Extremely. That's one thing. But one cool thing about all the tracks you go run in Illinois, it takes so many different types of discipline. If I say this, if you want to just learn how to race, just all you gotta do is go to Illinois for the weekend, because you can run 3 totally different style racetracks within an hour apart of each other. But it takes so much different style discipline. Like Fairbury, you gotta, all right, am I gonna go slow roll the bottom, or am I gonna put it on the cushion? And then you get to like Farmer City, well, turns 3 and 4, I can rip. 1 and 2, you better slow down at the flag stand. So it's, they got so many different style tracks. And I think you guys, when I say you guys, I'm speaking for you and Nicely and Fallaway and Harris. You guys benefit from that because, you ran Nebo, which is long straightaways, keep the car straight, don't get it bound up. Windy Hollow, the old Windy Hollow, you just put it on the floor and drove all the way over to the field and then came back. And then you had the little track of Clarksville. And then you go to Cedar Ridge. Cedar Ridge is like a mini Eldora. So you guys kind of benefited from that a little bit.
Yeah, we did. I always said that I think our tracks made all of us as good as we are because the conditions around here are just, some nights it's treacherous. We learned that the dirt around here just doesn't make a good racetrack. We have places that try and they have good nights and everything, but overall we had to learn to race on a lot of conditions.
Yeah, motocross, super slick, sand.
Yeah.
The old Windy Hollow, it was pure sand.
Or brick.
Yeah. Well, you couldn't even. Well, I remember going to Windy Hollow a few times and racing, and 15 laps into a 30 lap sportsman race, 90% of the cars be overheating because all the sand, you know what I'm saying, and all the, I guess the fluff I call it, because I don't really know what kind of dirt it is.
No, it's just powder.
Yeah, it definitely doesn't have any grip, that's for sure.
No, I think the grip thing for all of our area, I think made us good, helped us develop as a driver because, when we go to the black dirt and it gets slick, we're almost back home. As far as traction goes, our tracks aren't really ever just tractioned up, hooked up, unless you go to Clarksville and the red clay. But, the Kentucky dirt just doesn't have a lot of grip most of the time.
Yeah, it's just, it's different. It's especially Western Kentucky dirt. You get over to Eastern Kentucky, it's got a little bit different dirt. You're starting to get a little Tennessee dirt trickled in, but over here where you guys are at, it's I honestly, as far as track surface in this area, I mean, Paducah's probably got the most consistent. I mean, it basically, you know what you're going to get. The other places, it's a crapshoot. I mean, I haven't been to Windy Hollow since they've redone it, so I can't talk about, you know, how Windy Hollow is now. But I know when I was going to Windy Hollow quite a bit, I was like, man, when you said you didn't know, I mean, you really didn't know. I mean, and even when if it got rain, you just had a messy pit. You didn't have no traction on the track.
Yeah.
I mean, so, but they have done a great job at Windy Hollow. You know, what do you tell, as far as driving Windy Hollow now that they've changed it, is there something that you can tell different? Because it's still got the D on the backstretch.
Yeah, I feel like the D's more drastic now than I think it ever was. The track's just a little shorter. 1 and 2's different. It used to seem like maybe it had more banking. I don't know. It just felt like we got through 1 and 2 faster and better than we do right now, as far as a driver feel. Yeah. But they've done great. They've done great work with the track. You know, they've had a lot of trouble at the first half of the year getting they put so much dirt on it and everything, getting it, you know, packed or whatever. They had rough nights, but that's also part of Kentucky.
Yeah, that's just part of it.
You know, we was there last weekend. It had a couple rough spots in it, but overall it started getting black streaks, and it was slick and good to race on. It wasn't even so dusty you couldn't see.
So it's going the right direction.
They're definitely going the right direction. They're putting a lot of hard work into it, and it looks great. I like having the wall around it. Yeah. You know, all them years before there was no wall. Now you got a backstretch wall, and
you don't got to worry about landing in the drag chute.
Yeah. So it does race a little different right now, but they're constantly working on it. So right now it's changing. I feel like week to week, which we've only raced there twice this year, but they're still adjusting banking and walls and all kinds of stuff. So it's kind of changing every time we've been.
Well, here's the thing, though. You said it had a few rough spots. As long as it's not rough enough that it's ripping tie rods off, choppiness makes for raciness.
Yes,
that's just if it's got a little chop where they're, you know, because these cars are so hooked up now, and I've said this a couple times on the podcast. The modifieds now are kind of like what late models were back in the day. You're not on top of the track if you are, you're going backwards. But everybody's in the track. So when the racetrack takes rubber, oh my God, they're not doing anything to fix the track. Well, maybe we got so much horsepower and shocks are so good that we're just burning the tires off. It's got to go somewhere.
Yeah.
I mean, that's not the promoter's fault. Do some promoters not work on the track? Yes, but that's not. You know, it's a different style of racing now. So if you can manufacture the racing a little bit to have a little chop here, you know, always have a cushion, because cushion can make or break a race.
Yes.
And being a guy that isn't scared of the cushion, explain to the younger guys how you actually run a cushion, because a lot of guys don't. This is a misconception where you just hold it on the floor and point it towards the wall. Because I would say you're more of you prefer it to be on the fence than around the Ute tires.
Oh, absolutely.
So explain to the younger kids that's listening, since you had so many mentors, like, how do you actually run the cushion without tearing up your stuff, or like the night I was at Fairbury, you getting put in the catch fence?
Yeah, that was down the straightaway. Yeah. That don't count as the cushion.
Well, it's because you came off so good on too, yeah.
Well, it is a finesse driving style. I feel like if you're good at it, I mean, it might look like you're out of control a lot, but if you're really out of control and on the gas, you're not going anywhere. Like you have to get in the corner, and you got to drive and let the car. There's just a certain feel that you learn when it's fast, you know. But you don't want the car too sideways. And you can't just back into it, because then it sucks you in and you know, pulls you over into the wall or something.
And then you can't hit it with the right front first.
Yeah.
You got to hit it at the same time.
Yeah, you do. You got to have a little bit of a slide, but you can't be sliding too fast. You know, because a lot of times if you're sliding too fast when you hit it, it sucks you in or jumps you into the wall. And it also depends on what kind of dirt it is. And I like a cushion that's all the way up against the wall, so you can use a little bit of the concrete if you need to drive
just go ahead and turn. Because if you got 2 foot, 3 foot, that's when you tear stuff up, because you start bouncing and you get the right front into the wall.
Yes.
And right front shocks are expensive. And not only that, putting the right front back, anybody can change the decking on the right rear. I mean, a fool can do that, but putting the right front and back together is a pain in the ass. It's just
and that'll usually take you out of the race, so you can knock the decking out and keep going.
Yeah, that's you're a guy that when I see your driving style, I think Eldora. I don't think you're really good on the bull rings, but I kind of see you like, all right, big track guy. I don't know why. I mean, it's because you grew up racing on bull rings, and you're really good, like at Farmer City and Fairbanks. I mean, you're good at all the bull rings, but you're good at the bull rings that's got a top. So yeah. I just kind of associate you with big track master. How much do you like the big tracks, or would you prefer to go a little slower?
No, I like the big tracks. I love going fast. I went to Terre Haute once. I didn't like that kind of fast.
Once you answer this, we're going to talk about that too. Hold on a second. I got something about that. But go ahead.
But I love the big tracks. I think part of that's because Cedar Ridge was primarily my home track for years. That's where I learned how to race, and it was just a big fast circle.
If you don't like going fast, you don't need to go to Cedar Ridge.
It's fast. But I love Eldora when I like Eldora when it's slick.
Yeah.
Because it's so big and you can pass and everything. When it's kind of rough and hammered down, it's not that much fun.
So you didn't like Eldora the Fall Nationals then ever? Every Fall Nationals. That's why we don't have the Fall Nationals no more. And every time we go up there, it rained 9 inches. Yeah. And you get cars flipping into the catch fence, and then you get the modifieds don't need to be on half miles. I'm like, it's not the modifieds' fault that they had a motor. They had the whoop section going in turn one. When you said you don't like the Terre Haute fast, is it the no banking that you don't like, or the twitch on entry? Because Terre Haute, you almost got to turn right as you get down the. And first off, how in the hell they call that a half mile?
I don't know. I only went there once, so I can't really say what I didn't like about it. I just didn't like anything. You go down the straightaway so long that you almost forget you're even in a race car, and you're just flying down through there wondering, and then you really don't know when to lift.
So it's kind of like going down the Western Kentucky Parkway. You're like, oh shit, there's the penny route. Yeah. You got to make because the turns are kind of tight. Yeah. But I don't know where they measured that track at. They must have measured it in the infield, because if that's a half mile, Eldora's a quarter mile. It's just you're not going to run the same gear. No. That's for sure. So, and Eldora has banking. I've told people this, that Terre Haute may be the scariest racetrack that I've ever, as a fan, sit there besides Williams Grove and watch cars go in the corner. I was like, ooh. But every time I go there, I'm also going to a non-wing sprint car race that they have no downforce, so they're on the right rear. Those guys, I have no idea how they run.
They're scary.
Yeah, that's have you ever thought about anything else, or has it always just been, I'm going to run a mod?
I have thought about, I've always thought it'd be really cool to run a non-wing at Hopstop. But
that's my man.
There's not a lot of places that I've thought, I'd love to race a sprint car here, just because they just look too dangerous.
Yeah.
But they look fun.
Well,
I'd like to drive one. I don't know if I'd want to race one.
Yeah.
I've just always been a mod guy. That's
because your dad made you build your first mod in the garage.
Basically, but I don't know. It's kind of it's the class I started with, and I ran it for a long time, and I fooled around with the crate late model a little bit, and I hated the fenders just for working on it. Like,
I like driving the car, but forget the fenders.
They're so much harder to work on and to jack them up to do anything. Now there's pit lifts. It's not as big a deal, but then that was unheard of when I was doing it. So.
Did you ever have one of the old bumper jacks?
Yeah, I still got a few.
You still got it? You still use them at the track any?
No, I don't care for the track anymore. But I've only had a pit lift for 2 years.
Oh, really?
So, yeah.
Oh, yeah. So you're behind the times, man. That's why you use always fast, because you never adjusted on the car. You never adjusted yourself out because you didn't want to jack the car up.
On it.
Yeah. What are you gonna do? Well, I don't know. It's a little muggy down here. I'm just gonna leave it alone. Yeah. So it worked out. You said when you first started racing, your dad was like, "We're just gonna transition over to this modified," because I'm going to say it nicely. He said, "You're not going to win in this deal, so let's just learn over here," because of the way the rules are. And then, so you took your first modified. And then tell everybody what you did to it when you got home, because for some reason you just went modified racing at, 16?
Yeah, it was 16 or 17. That's same. I think my birthday's in the summer, so I'd say 17 probably.
So you went modified racing and just became an engineer.
So my dad had a car at the time, and it was a few years old, but that was kind of when 4-bar was becoming a thing. And his car was older, and it was just swing arm only. It had a long panhard bar mount behind the rear end, like an asphalt car.
So you just kept pushing everything to the right.
Yeah,
I went so fast.
And we didn't really know anything, but I could look at some of the newer cars and see what people were doing, and we didn't have the money to buy a different one, so we raced, a few months to finish that year out, and over the winter, I was 16, 17, and eager, and so I just pulled the car in the shop and took the body off and sawzalled the whole rear clip off of it and started over.
I'm going to build me one of those new cars. Yeah. So how did it work for you?
Well, actually, great. I mean, if we come straight out of the box the next year, and I don't exactly remember, I'd say I won 5 or 6 races my second season in.
With something that you built. You designed, well, not designed, because you was looking at everybody.
Yeah.
How many times did you go down and make buddies with Sweeney just to look at his rear?
Yeah.
Randall, hey, come here a second.
And Randall looked probably pretty instrumental in changing some of that stuff. We didn't get to race a lot. I didn't have enough money to race a lot, but we raced maybe once a week or sometimes twice a month or whatever. And if I wasn't racing, Randall lived close to me, and I would try to go race with him, like to crew for him. And so and he was always coming up with some crazy ideas.
Yeah.
And so that was sparking something in me, because he's always coming up with these ideas and wanting to try something, and I think that's what you're supposed to do.
Yeah,
so.
you're like, well, you don't know no difference. Yeah, we was outdoor, Randall just cut the right rear off and was going to start over. Yeah. So, hell, I'm going to do it here. I know exactly what I'm doing now. So you went out on the road, A, because you kind of had to, but B, all of us kids, when you're in your 20s, or late 20s, everybody wants to go on the road. That's what you want to do. And if you're going to get better, you have to.
Yeah.
So you travel with American Modified Series, a 3-time American Modified Series champion. For the young kids that's listening now, when you think Mars Modified Series, think that, but everybody in the whole Midwest was running it, because we only had one deal. There wasn't, you didn't have other series. You didn't have special events. You had $600 win features, or you had $1,500 win American Modified Series races. So explain to people how that helped your career, and also how tough was it getting out on the road?
Well, it was tough. Like I said, there was a lot of good people in it, and I didn't even realize until you just said that. That's probably the reason we started traveling, because that was the only money races there was. Yep. And that's what.
And the reason why I said that, because that's when I started running the Battle Bluegrass stuff. It's the same way. I was like, well, I mean, why would I go run? That don't make no sense. So.
Of course, I mean, you want to get your name out. You want to go see new tracks and race against new people, things like that. So, at the time, I had gotten a Bandit chassis, and I think I'd raced it locally for about a year and got to know Brian, and he was in part with the American Modified Series. So that was a lot of what led to us going
initially
that direction. Yeah, because Brian was like, hey, you can come run this, or just trying to run with him to learn things too. So we went on the road with that deal for a few years, but like immediately when we went, the first couple times we ran really good. So I was like, hey, we can run with these people.
Yeah, we got a shot.
And so that's what got it all started. Was we had success the first few times we went on the road.
If not, you'd have been like, I'm going back to Nebo. Yeah. Well, I just got my teeth kicked in.
The most traveling I had ever really done before that was we just kind of race local all year, and then we go to Mod Mania. And that was big then. Mod Mania was a big deal.
But because I was talking about the money, because that was the first $5,000 win mod race in our area. In the Midwest, you had what was that called? The Top Dog 100. What was that? The one they ran at Brownstown for a little bit, and it went up north, went to Union County. I thought it's something, the Top Dog or something. We had that. That was a $5,000 win mod race, but Mod Mania was the first time where you got to race for. Well, you're still racing for the same money. You got to race for $2,000, $3,000, and $5,000. Yeah. You've been doing that for 20 years now.
Yeah, but I went. I don't know. I know I went 3 years at least. That was 3 nights each year. Never made a feature. That was.
Yeah, that's a little humbling, isn't it?
Yeah.
You're like, I've won like 9 features down here at Windy Hollow. I can't even make the damn race.
Yeah, that was getting on that black dirt. And plus, like I said, them guys up there were just fast.
Yeah, who is this Mike Harrison guy?
Yeah.
Who is this guy?
Figured out who he was quick.
Yeah. He's like, what is an impressive race car? Oh my God. Yeah. What do you see guys like Harrison and, now you're the old guy. You're the older guy that's doing it too. Guys like you and Harrison. How tough is it racing with the young kids now? Because they're video game mode. Like, you guys race aggressive, but you race smart aggressive. I mean, there was times where you tore shit up too, but these kids now are just full send every lap.
Well, they are. I haven't really had any issues with kids, younger kids, whatever, wrecking me or anything like that. But the thing I noticed is like the younger kids are faster, quicker, I felt like, than we were. I don't know if the video games seem to help that much, but they just get in a car and they almost drive them like go-karts for the most part. But the kids are instantly fast, or middle to the bottom of the track, and that's where
you're like, man, I'm still trying to figure out how to run the bottom.
Yeah, I still can't run the middle or bottom. I never played video games.
This? Yeah, we need to get you a PlayStation in here, man.
It's still, we go. It's even now, 20 years later, we go to Fairbury or Granite City or Peebly or whatever, and it's still Harrison, me, and Long, the old guys, banging the wall down to go fast.
We're not going down there. Why are you riding around down there? We're jumping up here. We're going to the top. It's funny you mentioned Barber, and you did have some good mentors. I mean, you had Randall Sweeney and Brian Barber helping you in their mod heyday. Yeah. So, I mean, hell, you was good. But I tease Barber all the time. I say, yeah, man, it's going to be choppy and rough tonight. You're going to be good. He's like, I want slick. I'm like, you may want it, but you're better when it's hammered out. He gets so mad at me. Well, I beg to differ. He's all, I tease him. I take his son Jackson with me to races all the time. But, yeah, so the driving style, your style, basically, like you said, it hasn't changed. I mean, you're just, you got the ridge in you. You're not getting out. Like, we're in the hood. Like, I feel like, I'm at home right here. Except you closed the doors. You must really think it must get really bad after 9 because everything was good and we closed the doors. So, and I'm parked 3 blocks away. I appreciate that. First off, I really appreciate that. I'm gonna paint the picture. I roll up in here, and I should have known when he sent me a text as I was pulling in the driveway. If you have a problem finding me, I'm like, oh wait, it's Hopkinsville. How am I gonna have a problem finding you? You got a whole room out front that's got checks all over hanging on the wall. First off, if you're trying to hide in the hood, you don't put 3,000 checks in the showroom window. That's a terrible decision. I don't know who made that decision, but if you're trying to hide in the hood, but he's got the door open, and I walk in here and he shuts the door, and he goes, I mean, you could have drove in here. I'm like, well, you didn't tell me to drive in here. So now we're sitting in this huge building, and I don't even know what's going on outside. He's got the door shut. I'm just painting a picture. I just let everybody know, we're the Traveling Road Show. We're the star. We're kind of like you. Like, we just got to go get interviews. They don't come to us. Yeah. It's like, you got to go to Illinois to race.
Well, this is this is my boss's building. This was the building we work out of.
First off, it's a badass race shop. I'm not. I mean, look, guys, they got a basketball goal indoors, and it's not just like a rollaway go. It's hanging from the ceiling with a 3-point line painted on the floor. Yeah. That's how you know you're in Kentucky. They put a 3-point line. See, I'm actually in the real hood. Our cars don't even have lines because we're going to the rim. Nobody's shooting no jump shots. All right. I don't know what you guys got going on here, but
it's only white boys in here.
So. We're sitting here at the race shop. He's got plenty of work. Hold on a second. When did you change the wrap back? I've done missed out on this. Is this an old body, or did you change the wrap again? No. Because it was blue the last time I seen you.
We were blue the first half of the year. I put the red body on for the PDC.
Okay. Yeah, that's how much attention I pay. Oh, maybe because it's Prairie Dirt Classic. I was in Tennessee that weekend. I don't know. But yeah. So over the years, the racing has changed so much, and you said the kids come right out of the gate and they're super fast. Do you think that our sport is going in the right direction, or do you think it's too much? We can just buy everything, and maybe that's why the kids are fast, because the shocks are good, the motors are good. You can call Diamond, you can call Longhorn, you can call Elite, and just get whatever you want. What do you think the sport is going? Because you've been in it for, I'm not going to tell everybody how long you've been in it, but you kind of did, so I don't want to call you old sitting here. But you've been in it long enough to see phases. You've been in it long enough to see leaf springs, go to swing arms, to go to 4-bar. So you've been in it long enough to see phases. Where do you see our sport going, and where do you want it to go? Do you think we're getting too big too quick?
I don't know as far as big. I don't know if it's going to keep growing.
I meant big as in financial.
Yeah. Well, financially, it's big.
Yeah,
I feel like that's hurting everything, honestly. And like you said about kids, I feel like you can come straight out and buy the best of everything, and you're already a mid-pack car. Just at least.
Yeah. You don't got to learn.
Buying everything. And then personally, I don't like it because I learned how to pay my dues and how to build a car and how to learn how to go fast with a bunch of nothing.
Junk. Yeah. And we're junkyard racers.
Well, we were, and it was honestly more fun.
Yeah,
you learn so much doing that. Just more skills, life skills almost. Yeah. Just skills you need, not necessarily about racing. Just learning how to fabricate things and weld and
learning how to get to make it into work on 3 hours of sleep because you knocked the right front frame off.
Well, Bill, I've pulled frames out with backhoes and equipment we've had at the house and different things, straightening cars, because that was okay. That's how we're gonna fix it. We're gonna go.
You know what the best frame puller is? A rollback.
Yeah.
You can use the car, you can use the bed, and if you run it back, I used to drive a rollback for you.
Yeah.
You can tell. I'm going to tell you. But you can run it back, run your wheel lift up, hold the car down, and then use the bed to pull the. Yeah. It's the greatest frame. Like my dad, we're going to frame rack. I'm like, frame rack, hell, brack your truck over here next to my truck, and we're going to pull this thing.
Yeah. And then it didn't seem like it didn't affect you. I've bent plenty of front clips and pulled them out with the excavator, or just depending how bad it was. We had a local frame guy here that for years fixed cars, and you go right back and race and not think about it. Nowadays, you wreck a car and it's got to be clipped or you throw it away.
Yeah, it's in your head. Ken Schrader told me this one time, and we were at Boyd Speedway, old Boyd Speedway. It's shut down now, and we were sitting there talking, and he said, "Yeah, this looks like a pretty old car." And I said, "Yeah, it is." He goes, "Guess what?" I said, "What?" He goes, "That tubing don't know how old it is." And I said, "Well, it flexes out." He said, "Tubing flexes out. You really think tubing flexes out?" I said, "Well, yeah." He goes, "Every bridge you drive across, the damn thing's still standing, isn't it?" I'm looking at him, and I'm like, "Well, yeah." And he goes, "Well, did that tubing flex out? It's been up for 70 years. I'm thinking, he might be onto something. But why the hell you got a new car then? But yeah, Ken Schrader told me that tubing don't flex out. I'm thinking, well, no, they flex out. He's like, no, where's it gonna go? He said, no, it does get to the point, especially the old chromoly cars, they start breaking. Yeah. But they didn't really, how's the tubing really flex out? I've always kind of wondered that myself after that. I guess it's been 7-8 years now that he told me that, and I'm thinking, I think he's onto something. I don't really know if it flexes out, because I had one car that it was a sportsman car, so it had a factory frame, and hell, we ran it forever. What flexed out was me. I put it in the wall, and it was so bad. I was like, it'd be cheaper to build a new chassis. But yeah, so I think a lot of that now is people are predetermined, and chassis builders are like, hey, if this thing don't match up on the jig, we gotta do something. We gotta get you another one, because they want to sell you a car. But here we go. As being a tech man and stuff, but if you're right front drove back, everybody's got the A-frames now that's supposed to be, yeah. But you can get a 1/4 inch, 1/2 inch out of it. You can straighten the wheel back. What difference does it make? So, exactly, how, I don't know. I think racing, to me, I could be wrong because I haven't drove anything in a few years. So, but to me, as a guy that's still in the industry, that still fixes cars, and there's a lot of, it was good enough then could be good enough again. They say that it's not going to work, so it doesn't work.
Yeah.
We're already predetermined in our head this thing's tore up.
And well, I think part of that also comes back to track conditions. If you go to a place that's a little rough or it's got a good cushion, you can take whatever kind of car and be pretty fast. But you get on those tracks that are just slick, smooth, and you got to have a perfect go-kart to race on, then that you got to have the new technology and the good car and nothing bent and everything in its place. And that's one of the things that I love about Fairbury so much is
it's back in the driver's hands.
It's two distinct grooves almost every time. The guy that doesn't care what kind of car if his car's bent or not, can go just as fast as the guy that's got the perfect car.
When you go to these places, so you've run with our series a few times, and you're one of those guys that seems like to me, you don't care about the format. Are you a guy that particularly, hey, I want to qualify, I want to start on the pole, or where you grew up, it was always pill draw. So you're an older guy. Do you really care about the format when you show up, or is it just, hey, we're here to race, let's race?
I'm kind of torn. I'm both ways on it. I do enjoy more of the racing side of it, where you got to race your way in. I guess you feel more satisfaction at the end of the night that way. But kind of on the having to work on it side and the smarter business side of it, you want to qualify, because if you think you're going to qualify good and start up front, that's what you want to do. It's less work for you. And a lot of nights and a lot of places now, the field is so even, that little disadvantage of starting third row or whatever ends your night. That's basically where you're going to run a lot of nights. So that's I do like to qualify.
And the reason why I ask, because I'm in the modified world, so to speak. I announce for a series, I help with a series, I pay attention to everything, and as we're progressing into late models, the better late model drivers now are coming from the IMCA world.
Yeah.
Where there's no qualifying ever. Sometimes there's not even hot laps.
I don't have any disagree with that. Makes a better driver for sure.
So that's one thing I was going to say is, because as we talk about our sport going, to the next level, because everything's streamed now, so you can see everything. But when it's earned, when you mentioned that, the satisfaction of it, because now I see a lot of kids, especially younger kids. Man, I started third. I ran fourth. That's a terrible night. Or I started seventh, and I qualified so bad I had to start seventh in the feature. I ran third in my heat, and I got up to fifth. That's terrible. Well, when you pill draw, and you only got to do passing points, like they do draw, redraw. Sometimes you win. You be the fastest car at the track. Start 10th, win your heat, and you still start 12th or 16th in the feature. It makes a better racer. So the business side of it, I'm with you. But, as I see your driving style, I see you're a person that's kind of like, man, I don't care. Like, let's do it. Let's go. Because you're a guy that, when you go to race, you go to race. You don't, because I've talked about this before. Some guys don't like heat races. You're like, well, no, I want to race. That's why I'm here. Like, let's run the heats.
Yeah, like I said, it's more fun to pass cars than to just lead every lap.
Yeah.
But it's not as much fun if you pass cars and only get to second or third and you don't win.
But in the same token, if you start 10th and you run second, that's a good night.
Yeah.
If you start second and run second, you think you sucked.
Yeah. It could go either way, for sure.
It could go either way. If there's one thing you could change or fix in the modified racing world, what would it be? Where would you start?
Well, cost. I don't know if you can't really narrow that down to anything, but I think that's the main problem with the whole sport. It's gotten to where it's like that for every class. There's street stocks now. You're buying $40,000 rollers and stuff. It's pricing the working man completely out.
It's a good thing we're in the boss's shop, huh?
Yeah.
It's a damn good thing we're sitting at the boss's place.
We are. If it wasn't for probably the last 15 years of my career has been because somebody was willing to pay for me to race.
Somebody was willing to take a chance.
Yeah. My dad got me in it, and we did it for, 8 or 10 years. We did it out of pocket, and was competitive and ran good, and finally got to some top tier equipment in that time. but we couldn't go any farther and we couldn't maintain it, you know. And I've been fortunate enough that I've had, without counting for sure, I'm going to say 6 to 8 car owners for the last 15 years. And I've always had somebody that put me in good equipment and believed in me, let me travel or wanted to travel with me or whatever, you know. And if it wasn't for that, I wouldn't get to race.
No, and especially, you know, like we're here in the shop, a lot of guys, you know, take stuff like this for granted because they've been doing it so long. Like I can see you be like, yeah, we're here at the shop. I got to be here Thursday night, do these tires, and you know, you're still having fun. I can tell because when I walk in, you're smiling. He's smiling while he's grinding tires. So something's wrong with this dude. Okay.
Well, I do it. I mean, from time to time, I have help, but 90% of it is me and my girlfriend. Yeah. We're here, you know, every night. If we're not on the road racing, we're pretty much here trying to get stuff done. It's a lot of work for.
It's a ton of work.
2 people to do everything it takes to race.
Especially when you're trying to race 2 or 3 nights.
Yeah.
So. Does she make a lot of decisions like, hey, we're not going to Eldora tonight, or she's like, all right, let's go?
No, she's normally the one who's wanting to go racing.
she makes sure you go racing.
She does a lot. Sometimes I'll be like, I just don't want to go this weekend, or you know, I don't feel like working on it, and she's the one who's like, no, we're going racing.
Well, that's so good though. It's good to have a support system like that, especially because you got to drive so far to everything. Yeah. So you know, if you're dreading going,
I'm
usually
like,
the success.
I'm like, yeah, it doesn't bother you because you're going to sleep for most of the ride.
Well, yeah, that happens. Yeah, my wife. Now I will tell you this: she has gotten better as far as sleeping. But there's been times when we've gone racing and she's woke up and said, "What state are we in?" Now though. I think my driving scares her more because I'm on my phone, driving with my knee, texting. So now she stays awake the whole time. Sometimes she even offers to drive now. You want me to drive? I'm thinking, I'm fine. I'm answering my phone. I'm good. But I'm not going to keep you all night. But 3-time American Modified Series champion, 6-time U.M.P. South Region / Kentucky, Tennessee. It's got 10 names, but
yeah, it's changed through the years.
It doesn't matter what it's changed to. You've won the damn thing, so we'll go with that. But who do you want to thank that helped you get up and down the road? And positive thing for you is, so what I always spur this on everybody, and positive thing for you is we're sitting right next to the car because like when I did fall away, he had to look at his phone. Bobby Pierce had to look at a picture. He said, hold on a second, let me grab this picture. I mean, and those dudes are winning 30 races a year.
It doesn't matter. When somebody puts you on the spot, you're going to get amnesia every time.
Yeah, but if you want me to move so you look over my shoulder, you got it? Okay. Who helps you get up and down the road?
Well, there's a lot of people helping, but the number one is my boss, of course, car owner, Owens Construction. Him, his wife, and girls, their whole family, you know, they treat me like I'm part of the family, really. And so I absolutely wouldn't be doing it without them. And then most of the people that are on my car are all good friends of mine that have a business or something, and they go to the races with me from time to time, and so they've been involved with me for years. But HBN Contracting, my Bill Esteem by Triple X, that's one of my old car owners that actually I drove for him for several years. And he got out of owning a race car and bought a racetrack and the shock business and a bunch of stuff. So, but he's sponsored me my shocks ever since he quit owning the car I was driving. So
that's a pretty good sponsor.
Yeah, he is. He's been a great friend.
And you're going to Gateway, so you're probably going to need another set.
He'll be like, "What do you need?" And, you know, get it to me. And that's another great thing that I have somebody that's in the shock business that I can call and talk to, and we'll spit ideas off each other, and he'll mail me a different shock to try. You know,
don't how you're telling her about your secrets. You want me to edit that out? I can edit that out. He has no. I mean, guys, if you know anybody that needs some help.
JWS Logging, another friend of mine that sponsored me the last several years. Dogwood Funeral Homes and Cremations, friend of mine here in Hopkinsville that owns a funeral home.
Okay, now I'm going to say something. When I'm blurting off because I'm no, James Essex or nothing, but I do try to get each other. That is something I always get tongue-tied on when I'm saying. Like, I just one guy looked at me and said, "What are you trying to say?" I said, "Shut up." Because when you come out for qualifying, especially when we do like 3 cars at a time.
Trying to get out quick.
Oh, my God. I get so tongue. So the last time, like, I'm going to go ahead and apologize. You can say him again. Because the last time I seen you, I didn't even try to announce that. I glazed right over that.
Winsler Automotive, he's actually a new sponsor. He's only been in the car since it's been red.
Well, he's real new.
Yeah.
I didn't know the damn car was red anymore.
R&S Equipment, that's another one of my boss's businesses. Of course, KBC, I've been using KBC for my graphics for, 15 years probably. Craig's always been great. This year, I teamed up with Diamond, and I couldn't be happier with everything the tech support, just the great friendship I've created with Ryan and Dia, and they're great people. They've got a great chassis business going right now, and I'm looking forward to, we're going to build a new car for next year and try to be bigger and stronger next year than we were this year, hopefully.
So, while he's in the middle of thinking, everybody, and I do this a lot, I'll ask another question. So, I know you didn't get to race as much time as you wanted to this year. So, next year, are you going to try to race more, or are you going to, because you just talked about how much work it is,
yeah.
and you've already got 2 cars, and you're going to get another car. So,
hopefully a couple of the cars sell or leave. This car will be for sale here soon, and I've still got the car I ran the last 2 years, the Longhorn. I need to make a post, but everything will be for sale.
Everything's for sale.
Everything's for sale. I got a trailer for sale. We got 2 trailers for sale, 2 cars for sale. We can make somebody a deal on everything.
Yeah, if you know anybody that says, I want to go racing. Hell, I don't even know how I'm going to get the car home. Just come down here to Hoptown. Might want to come in the daylight.
Yeah.
You don't want to get here at dark.
And which I'm sitting here looking at the car. I got to thank Spec Race Engines. He's been great. He's also a great friend of mine, but he built the first motor for me in 2009, and I've been running his motors ever since. So I've got a pretty good relationship with him. Willie's carburetors and Schoenfield headers. Those are the people that I got to thank. I know somebody, with those places that I always can call, pick up the phone and call and say, hey, I need this, or this is not right, or something, and they all, I got their personal phone numbers, and they'll answer the phone, talk to me, and so I can't thank them enough for everything they've always done for me.
Well, let's say we appreciate you coming on, taking time out, even though you put me up in the hood here, put me up in the lodge. But I really appreciate you coming on. It's the Western Kentucky's redheaded stepchild. Literally the redheaded stepchild of Western Kentucky. But we appreciate you coming on. Thank you, Trent.
Thank you for having me.
All right, Flash. That was Crofton, Kentucky's Trent Young, one of the most competitive modified racers in the country. When we say Crofton, Kentucky, we think, well, you're right across the bridge from Louisville. I live in Louisville. It's close to us. It is not. A little over 3 hours down there.
Yeah.
He's in far western Kentucky, but 3-time American Modified Series champion. And I mentioned this in the interview, but for people that don't know what the American Modified Series is, because it went away when COVID come along, if you think of the Mars Modified Series, the Cumberland Plateau Open Modified Series, the Battle of the Bluegrass Modified Series, the Ironman Modified Series, none of that would have held a candle to the American Modified Series, because the American Modified Series was the first series that covered 3 or 4 states and paid good money.
Yeah.
And they averaged, I think, for the whole American Modified Series career, I think they ran for 7 years, 8 years. They averaged like 49 cars for every race, which is astonishing.
Yeah, that's pretty crazy.
But yeah, 3-time American Modified Series champion, 6-time U.M.P South Region champion, which was the Kentucky. It was called Kentucky Tennessee Region one time.
Yeah.
Then it added in Arkansas and Alabama. But he's 6-time champion of that. Over 230 modified wins. He was telling me, how he started racing, and he'd cut cars in half, and he had a couple good mentors. that took him racing with him. You know, of course, his dad raced. He's second-generation racer, but he had a couple good mentors with him, Flash.
Yeah.
Lumberjack Smack.
Yeah.
Randall Sweeney took him up and down the road and would let him measure all of his stuff on his car. So he took an old chassis and cut it in two and made his chassis like Lumberjacks. And his first year of racing, he won 6 features. His first year of racing,
it's pretty good.
So he's been winning for over 20 years now.
Yeah.
Started back in 1999. Flash.
Dang.
Yeah, I didn't realize he was that old. Yeah.
I didn't either.
Yeah, 40 years old.
Yeah.
You know, I was like, damn, you're really that old, huh?
Yep.
Yeah, I didn't realize that because gets around still pretty good.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
But yeah, we appreciate Trent Young coming on. It was a good time down there.
Yeah.
And you guys get a different look of you know what it takes to race because he talks about pretty much being a one-man band.
Yeah.
I mean, pretty much does everything that he needs to do.
Yeah.
So upcoming events, we're going to start off this week with this week's Racetrack Spotlight brought to you by JT's Trackside Catering. This week's Racetrack Spotlight takes us to one of the baddest bull rings in Indiana, the Lincoln Park Speedway for the World of Outlaw Sprint Cars. That's right.
Yep.
410 wing sprint cars on the Lincoln Park cut-in curb.
Yeah.
For you guys that don't...
It's a unique place.
For you guys that hasn't been to Lincoln Park Speedway, when you hear Flash and I talk about every racetrack needs a wall, Lincoln Park figured out a way to fix this problem without putting a wall up.
Yep.
They put a berm in. So you've always got a cushion at Lincoln Park Speedway. Absolute nice racetrack. You go in, one of the most beautiful pits there is. You got grass pits with gravel roads. It's just gorgeous on a hillside.
Got a huge push-off area up there so they don't have to push cars off on the track most of the time. So.
Yeah, the push-off trucks never get to the racetrack unless we go red.
Yeah.
Yeah, unless we go red. Nice push-off stage. One of the racetracks that you get a small town Indiana feel when you go through Pumpkinville. Unless you let Flash's GPS take you in one way, and then you never know it's even in a damn town.
Yeah.
Because we came in the back way one time, and good God Almighty, never thought we was going to get there. I can say that place is where Kurt and I have hands down said we've seen the best race we've ever seen.
Oh, yeah.
In a USAC midget race there. Some guy named Larson beat some guy named Clausen beat some guy named
Clausen
Larson.
beat him,
It was such a good race. Couldn't remember who won the damn thing.
Yeah. It didn't matter.
Yeah, it didn't matter. It was that good. When you walk in the racetrack is below you because you pit on the hillside. With it being close to Halloween, if you want to have a little, take a little photo op, there's a old abandoned graveyard along the fence line, old abandoned cemetery.
Yeah.
You can get some photos right there with that. But top of the racetrack, it's all paved when you go in, or all concrete. You can sit in your chairs on the hillside. Just absolutely beautiful, beautiful facility.
Yeah, it's a nice place.
Really nice, and it's in my top 5.
Yeah.
I'm gonna do my racetrack top 10 one time.
Yeah.
In the winter too. Or we can do one together.
Yeah.
Our top 10 or top 5 or something. We'll do something like that.
We'll do something like that.
But this place is badass. It really is. The food for the JT's Trackside Catering, the food was the mini tacos.
Yeah.
Mini tacos are gone now. Went there twice this year. New owners, USAC is running the racetrack now.
Yeah.
So no mini tacos. But the tenderloin is well worth it. It's one of those tenderloins, like Indiana style tenderloins.
Oh yeah,
as big as a notepad, with 2 pieces. The little pieces looks like White Castle bread.
Yeah.
But really good pork tenderloin there at the Lincoln Park Speedway. So this week's Racetrack Spotlight. All right, Flash. We're gonna start off Wednesday. Wednesday night, if you got nothing going on, there's 2 races that you need to tune into. First, it's the High Limit Midweek Money Series, final Midweek Money Series race for the High Limit Sprint Cars at the ultra nice Lucas Oil Speedway.
Yeah.
So High Limit will be on Wednesday at the Lucas Oil Speedway. Then also Wednesday night, the best racing you could watch for your dollar, which is free. Well, I guess it's not free if you got Dirt Vision, but
yeah.
If you got Dirt Vision, make sure you tune in to the Millbridge Speedway for the 600 micros, non-wing outlaw micros at Millbridge. Some of the craziest sliders you'll ever see.
Yeah.
Like a little hornet nest, just slide after slide. So that's Wednesday. And then Thursday, Friday, Saturday, All roads lead to the DTWC at Eldora Speedway, the final points event for the Lucas Oil Late Model Dirt Series. It's basically Devin Moran and Ricky Thornton Jr. winner take all.
Yeah.
Unless they run 24th and 23rd and Superman wins.
Yeah.
And then Superman wins.
Right.
But I mean, I really don't see RTJ and Devin Moran running
that far back. Anyway,
I mean, stranger things have happened.
Oh, yeah.
But it's basically, I think Moran's got like a 15-point lead. And the way the points are structured, whoever finishes in front of whoever is going to win the damn thing.
One of the craziest races I've been to was that one a couple years ago. You was with this one. Yeah. We was all there together.
Oh, yeah. I was with you because I went up there, sat through 2 nights of rain.
Yep.
And then my guest that was with me, I guess I was a guest of them, were party poopers.
Yeah.
We're not staying for Sunday. And we drove back home Saturday night, super late.
Yeah.
And then you and I drove back up there Sunday morning, super early.
Yeah.
But yeah, so the Dirt Track World Championship, the U.M.P Modifieds, the Steel Block Late Models, and Lucas Oil Late Model, $100,000 to win. So looking forward to that. Seeing there's a lot of guys in our area going to take the late models, the Steel Block Late Models, and the mods up. So it'll be fun to, check out and see what everybody, how everybody runs.
Yeah.
How everybody fares. Also Thursday through Saturday, the U.M.P Fall Nationals. This was an Eldora event.
Yeah.
I hope and pray maybe since this weekend is going to be free next year on Eldora's schedule.
Yeah, we can get that back.
That we might be able to get that back. I know they said it was a money loser for them.
Yeah.
But seems like Lincoln Speedway in Illinois has done very well with it the last 5 years.
Yeah.
But the U.M.P Fall National is going on. This is the final event, final points paying event for all the U.M.P stuff. But Cole Followay's already sealed the U.M.P National Championship, but that would be at Lincoln Speedway in Lincoln, Illinois.
Yeah.
Friday and Saturday, the High Limit Series concludes at the Texas Motor Speedway Dirt Track, end of the season. So Rico Abreu, Brad Sweet, pretty much Rico just keep it between the fences, and he's good.
Yeah.
But Aaron Reitzel, been running good. He's got a shot.
Yeah.
So you're saying there's a shot. And then this weekend, the Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Halloween 200 going on at Salem Speedway. You got Spooky 200, Ford Crown Vics. I think they got close to 80.
Yeah. They got a bunch of them. It's getting close to like the old. The old Halloween 200.
Yeah, back when we tore shit up days.
Yeah. I ran one of them.
Yeah. I ran 4 of them.
Yeah.
And needed 4 race cars when I was done.
Yeah.
So needless to say, I never finished real good.
Right.
I always ran halfway decent, just didn't finish real good.
Yeah.
But yeah, the Halloween 200 at Salem Speedway. And then where we will be at Saturday, the American All-Stars at the I-75 Speedway in Sweetwater, Tennessee. I-75 Raceway in Sweetwater, Tennessee. Ray Cook Promotions. I can't say Crate Racing All-Stars because Joseph gets mad at me. But the American All-Stars, the Cumberland Plateau Mod Minis, and the Modifieds, and I think Sportsman. And then Flash, we're going to have one of those wild and crazy Enduros.
Oh, yeah.
100 laps. I think they had like roughly 50 cars at Bull's Gap.
Oh, yeah.
So we're going to turn them loose. No cautions.
Yep.
Water the track and send them on their way.
That'd be pretty cool. He's talking about a Enduro today. I just want to mention that our buddy JT Huffman won the Enduro today. Yeah, so that's pretty cool. So he picked that up.
Yeah, picked that up at Funfest.
Funfest at Brownstown. I forgot all about the Sunday part.
Yeah. But yeah, so that's what this weekend consists of.
Yeah.
There's plenty of races left. Get out, support your local racetracks, or support a racetrack. It doesn't have to be local. They're local to somebody. Get out and support them. We appreciate everybody that hung out last week, and if you came back and you made it all the way to the end again, thank you.
Yeah.
We greatly appreciate it. Like, share, like, share, subscribe, comment.
Yeah.
As I keep screwing words up.
And 2 weeks from now too, we're also going to be at Thunder Valley Speedway.
Yes.
Yeah. For Crown Vic Nationals.
If you're not in the lineup shoot, Flash is going to put you on the tail.
Yeah.
Because we got to be done before the lights come on.
Yeah.
And if you're doing stuff illegal, Flash is going to check you out. And hopefully just one time, Flash.
Yeah.
I get to take the black flag and point to my ass and send somebody to the rear. Hopefully we get to do that one time.
Yeah.
Been looking forward to that for damn near 50 years. I just want to send one person to the tail.
Yeah.
But you got anything else?
No, I don't think so.
All right. Well, tell somebody about us, and until next time, we'll be trading sliders.